If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. There's a little one button right down there if you have a Gmail account or anything of that sort. Click the subscribe button. Greatly helps us and truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. All this is done and this whole company is based around, what drives us, and bringing awareness is something that's very, very big to me. And helping out people when it comes to addiction and suicide and healing after the suicide, mental illness, depression, anxiety. And this is it's a huge, huge project for us. It's all self-funded. We don't look for any outside contributions, and we just bring this to you out of the goodness of our heart. So let us know that you support what we're doing, and just hit the little subscribe button right there. It makes all the difference in the world to us. So I hope you enjoy this video.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm with Driven Industries, and today I want to talk to you about something that I've seen a lot out there, and that's what do you do when you have a friend, a family member, a loved one, your partner that is in addiction. What I mean by that is, for myself, I was a hardcore drinker, and I would start drinking 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, and I would finish when I ended up passing out, and that'd usually be about 8 o'clock. And I would drink throughout the whole day, pretty much every day. Actually, I did drink every day, just depended on how much. Usually anywhere from 2 to 3/5 a day of vodka. And I see a lot of people questioning out there, hey, I have a friend, or I have this person, they're suffering. I want to do something. What do I do? I have a son, or I have a daughter. What do I do to help them in their addiction? So here are 5 tips that I got for you as an addict, how to help somebody in addiction. The first one is let them fail. What I mean by that is you got to let them fail. There's nothing that you can do that's going to help them in the way of I let them move in, I'm going to pay their bills. And an addict is, in a sense, I'm in sales. They're one of the best salesmen in the world. They're one of the best saleswomen in the world. They can wear multiple faces, multiple masks, and tell the best lies in the world. Because I hate to say it, their addiction is more important to them than anything else. And I know that firsthand. The manipulation that we do, the lies that we tell to cover up and protect our addiction, because at that point in time, it's the most important thing to us. So let them fail is the first tip I can give you on what do you do with a loved one. And you might look at me and think I'm crazy, and why would I ever do that? I don't want this person to hurt themselves. You can't control it at all. It's an uncontrollable environment for you. If you feel that, hey, if they move back in the house, if I pay their bills for them, if they quit their job, I'll force them to go to rehab, all this doesn't work. None of it works. They have to fail. Let them go be homeless. It might sound cruel, but as an addict, I would have probably sobered up a lot sooner if I would have been let to fail. Because you have to let them hit this point that they decide that they want to change. It's all us, and it's not selfish. It's how we work and operate. That you have to let us want to fail. You have to let us wake up one day and go, I don't want this anymore. If you talk to anybody that's recovered, ask them about what was that moment for you? What was that one moment for you? And we all have it. If you've been on my Facebook page and my Twitter page, I put it up and people have started commenting on it of what was that one moment where you decided to get sober. Mine was July 24th. I was laying in bed. I was drunk as all could be. I remember kind of drooling, crying, completely breaking down and going, what is happening with my life? I had lost my job. I'm losing my wife. My life is being shattered. And at that moment, I decided I had to change everything. And the next day I woke up and I did. And that's a lot of times when you talk to addicts, that's our story. We hit that one point where we change. So letting them fail, letting them get to that point is huge. Let them fail. Secondly, support them. You do have to support them, and what I mean by that is you're going to let them fail, but you still got to give them support along the way. You don't want to just disown them, and when they start to reach out for you, you have to be there for them. If you really want to help this loved one through their addiction, you have to be there for them when they decide to change. You have to sort out a little bit if it's a lie, if it's just kind of a little myth that they're trying to throw at you because they need money or they need something from you. But you have to support them, and you have to know the difference between supporting them and letting them fail, because there is a big difference. Give them that support. When they say, hey, I want to get sober, great. hype them up, let them go to a meeting, take them to a meeting, get them involved, find out around you who else is an addict that you might know, because it does all the help in the world when we know other addicts, and believe me, an addict can smell an addict. So if you want to know if your child has decided that they want to get sober and if they're really getting sober, introduce them to a friend if you have one that's a recovering addict or somebody that's been through addiction. They'll be able to tell you, where this person really is at in the process. It's huge. So find out where they're at. Support them through that. So you're letting them fail. You're going to give them that support along the way. What else do you do, though? I mean, sometimes it's really hard. I mean, this might be the wife that you love and you adore and you said your vows to. It could be the husband that's the father of the child, and there's so much. But what else do you do? Talk to them. And sometimes it's really difficult when they're in a drunken stupor and not making any sense. Talk, and you can do so much healing through just talking. And sometimes they'll wake up the next day and go, man, I really need to make a change, and I need to do something. But if they have no one to talk to, what ends up happening is as an addict, we start to self-destruct ourselves again, and we wake up, we're hungover, we just did a bunch of drunk calls, a bunch of drunk texts the night before. Now we're waking up going, man, I can't do this anymore. I have no one to talk to. What do I do? Talk to them. Don't as hard as it might be, don't get angry with them, but talk to them. Let them start to voice it out. It's going to help them along in that process tremendously. Give them that support. Hey, it's been a while. Maybe we should try not drinking today. Throw out your ideas, and give them that voice that they need to be able to get it all off their chest. Because if they don't talk, here's what ends up happening. Here's how our brains work. I wake up, I've ruined everything the night before, I've pissed off my wife, I pissed off my friends, I didn't go to work, I'm waking up, now I feel terrible, I'm depressed, I physically feel like crap because I didn't sleep well. How am I going to cure this? I'm going to go back and I'm going to pop some pills and I'm going to numb it, or I'm going to shoot up and I'm not going to feel this anymore, or I'm going to start drinking and now I'm numbing all those emotions, I'm numbing all those feelings, and I'm going to just continue the cycle. Give them somebody to talk to. It will definitely be able to give you a chance to actually help out. And you never know, that could be one of those moments where they go, I do need help. I definitely need to do something about this. And because you've given them support and you let them fail, you're there for them. Now you can actually truly help them. And that will do all the difference in the world. It will actually truly help this person in their addiction and starting to get sober. Another thing that is huge is don't blame yourself. A lot of times people blame themselves for the addiction. They'll blame themselves that there was more that I could do. You as the other party can't take that on. It's not you. As much as I can stress it, it's not you. It's them. It's us. We know that. So don't take that blame. Don't carry that blame. When they're in that drunken stupor, they're passed out, whatever it might be, in that comatose state where you're calling 911 because they're not breathing, it's not you. So never ever hold on to that blame. As hard as it might sound, there's nothing that you can do about it. So let go of the blame. As an addict talking to you, I mean that with all my heart. Do not hold on to the blame. It was nothing that you did. It was us. And it's a funny saying because we always hear that saying, it's not you, it's me. This situation, it really is. It's not you. It's us. The last thing that you can do, besides letting them fail, besides giving them somebody to talk to, besides giving them still some of that support, besides talking, listening, the biggest thing, one of the most important things, do not help them feed the addiction. Don't help them. Don't think, hey, you know what? You're all right. You didn't really drink that much. Hey, let's go have a beer and talk about it, or whatever it is. Do not help feed any of the addiction. I've seen it before, and I've talked to a lot of people before where they don't want to see them go through the physical withdrawals. They don't want to see them go through the mental withdrawals. And yeah, we become a nightmare to be around, especially if you don't know what DTs are. DTs is detoxing. Our bodies go through this whole physical change. One of the most deadliest and the most dangerous is actually alcohol withdrawal. When you see us going through that, there's medical help for it. Don't try and help self-medicate them through it. Don't go buy them alcohol and just say, hey, just try a little bit of it, it will help a little. All it does is keep feeding the addiction. So do not feed into that addiction at all. If you really want to help us, do not feed into it at all. Don't ask us to do things that will set off triggers. Don't ask us to go to a liquor store. Don't ask us to go run errands at a grocery store, by where the liquor aisles are, especially in the beginning. Don't feed that addiction. Don't think that it's helping them to go out and, hey, you know what, you take just a couple Vicodin today and it'll help you ease off. There is no easing off. You're all in or you're all out. If you think that you can help them ease off, you're delusional. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are delusional. It doesn't work that way. It's all or nothing. So I had a friend who thought that he was helping somebody in the way of, they're on speed. And I'm just going to give a little bit in the morning, every morning, just to kind of help wean them off. Next thing I know, they're on speed, their partner's on speed, and, well, that really didn't work out too well. Luckily that they both hit those points and they decided, hey, we need to change our lives. But I mean, when we help feed the addiction, we too, as the person helping feed that addiction, helping them wean off, can also become an addict, or can also fall into those downfalls. So these are my 5 tips. If you have a loved one or somebody that you're with that's going through addiction, and what do? I'm going to tell you just the cold hard facts. You may be single down the road because they cannot reach that point. You may lose a loved one. These are the cold hard facts of what addiction is. Don't blame yourself. It's not you, it's them. So I hope that you got something from this. Again, we're a company that's all about people supporting people, and it's not even just supporting people who are going through mental illness and going through depression and going through addiction. It's supporting the people that are there for the ride, because they're the ones that also need the help too. That's why there are groups out there like Al-Anon and different support groups out there for people who are going through this also that might not be fully involved. And don't be afraid to reach out to us. And if you need suggestions, comment below. Follow us here on YouTube. Share the videos that you see. If one of these speaks to you, share it. Get the word out there. You never know who your words will reach and who they'll inspire, and who it will help go to the point that they go, you know what, I want to change my life. So just remember, you're not alone. If you have